Kev, Newcastle Fans TV, and we're en route to Everton. Myself and Paul, no Lee, no hats in the making of this video. I mean, good trim and, well, no hair, but it's better than the hat, of course. But Everton, it's been a tough stomping ground for the past couple of years. We haven't won there since 2010 when Hatton Ben Arthur put in that rager to win at Goodison Park. But first of all, Nabil Bentaleb has signed for Newcastle on a season-long loan for an option to buy for £8.5 million. So Paul, I'll come to you on Nabil first before going to Everton. What do you think of Bentaleb?
I think it's a cracking signing, and the deal that we've got, and that is one of the strengths in Newcastle, getting in fantastic deals for these players. £800,000 is the equivalent to me or you go down the back of the sofa, finding a few quid and buying a Ferrari out of it. I think it's a cracking deal. I think he's a player who can benefit us greatly. He's a box-to-box midfielder, can score the odd goal as well. I think it's a very shrewd piece of business, to be fair, by Newcastle, and a slight credit to Penfold, I suppose.
Well, praise for Penfold, get your comments in, but no, I agree. It's worked out for this method over the years. I mean, we could have signed Kennedy and picked him up for 20 million, and then he turned out to be the way he turned out. Or Martin Dubravka, try the water first, and then if they're good enough, sign them. Or even Jetro Willems this season, it worked out for him until he picked up his injury. And just a side note on that, I really hope he's okay, and I hope, like he hopes, it isn't the last game we'll see him in a Newcastle United shirt, because he's been phenomenal. And I honestly say this, and I mean this, he's probably the best left back I've seen since Enrique at the club. So yeah, I really hope he gets well soon. I
think I've heard as well, there's rumours that what we might end up doing is another loan for him.
Yeah,
another loan, get him back up to fitness, and then activate the £10 million. But yeah, it was good. But you knew as soon as he went down and he was fist on the floor that there was something major. But gutting, absolutely gutting.
Yeah, we'll get into Everton now, but as I said before, it's going to be a tough game at Goodison. They did beat Wick at St James's Park in December. What kind of formation in that, Paul, are you looking at to try and get a result at Goodison tonight?
I think we are going to sit back a lot. I think there'll be 5 across the back. They won't wing backs will be pushed really deep. I wouldn't be surprised to see the long staffs playing as well to try and add to that protection. Keep it as tight as possible, 0-0, or still in it when it gets to the final 20 minutes, and then really look to push on. Yeah. I think free kicks are going to be key. I think corners are going to be really, really key to us getting something out of it as well. Disappointed that Andy Carroll's missing. I really am. I think
he'll be on the bench tonight.
I'm not so sure. The rating them is 50-50. I think they're going to be play it safe. I think Joe Linton's going to get the nod again. Almiron will play it again. ASM. Will he be involved? That's my big question. You know, to play 2 games so quickly together after his injury issues, I'm not so sure, to be honest.
To be honest, at the weekend he did look a bit off the pace, Maximin. I know he put in a fantastic cross at the last seconds, but he did look a bit off the pace when he was running around. So let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think Saint-Maximin should be dropped? Who should start in midfield? Personally, I would probably go with Hayden and Sean Longstaff in the midfield and drop John Joe. Don't think it's a type of game for him to blossom, to be honest, because we're going to have back against the wall for a lot of this game, as Paul said, and I think counter attack with Almiron, and if Maximin doesn't play, Christian Atsu. But
please don't say that. Please don't say that. I mean, even Hayden potentially right wing back. We've known about his utility, attributes recently, so it could well be that Hayden drops in at right wing back, and then that frees it up maybe for the long staffs. But it's going to be one that we need to stay in it until the last 20 minutes, then hope our flair players. I'd imagine ASM would be brought on towards the end. Can he stretch the game, pull the game, create something, and can we get a goal? But it's going to have to be Newcastle that digs in and really fights and scrapes if we're to get anything. If it's the Newcastle of Leicester City away, we'll get blown away. But I think if the right Newcastle turns up and is dogged, and we dig in like we are capable of, then there's no reason we can't come out with something at Woodison Park.
And to wrap it up, I completely agree with Paul, to be honest. We need to be dug in, defensive, resolute, hope Lascelles plays today. Fabian Schär could be coming back into the fray as well, so let us know what your team would be. To quickly wrap up though, I don't do predictions, as you all know by now. but I'm actually optimistic after the way we played last weekend defensively that we can get a point. But Paul, what do you think?
Yeah, score draw, 1-1.
Okay, we're both going for draws. Let us know what you think in the comments, and yeah, see you at Everton. Ta-da.